I grew up in Richmond, Virginia. I went to Virginia Tech for my undergraduate degree, and then after that, I went to VCU Health for my dietetic internship, which allowed me to take the exam and obtain my registered dietitian credential. Right after that, I came to FSU to pursue my graduate studies, and that's where we are now. And outside of my graduate studies, I enjoy things like hiking, dancing, baking, and spending lots of time with my dog Romeo. I am most passionate just about studying the human body. I grew up as a dancer, so as a dancer, I was very aware of the capabilities of our bodies in the physical sense. And then I began to learn how lifestyle choices, like with diet and physical activity, impact the health of our bodies as a whole, which influences the whole function of our bodies. Nutrition is one of those things that plays a huge role in the health of our bodies at all life stages, and my research focuses on a whole food approach to maximize health and minimize risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and osteoporosis. The main theme of my research is to study the effects of different whole foods in maximizing health and also minimizing risk of chronic diseases. Throughout my graduate studies, I've been involved in a lot of research on the beneficial health effects of many different functional foods. That includes foods like eggs, tart cherry juice, apples, and pears. But my dissertation specifically looks at the effects of prune consumption on bone health in older men. What prompted me to choose FSU for my graduate studies was really my major professor and advisor, Dr. Bahram Arjmandi. He's the major reason why I came to FSU for my graduate studies. His research throughout his entire career has been on the role of a lot of different functional foods in promoting health and preventing and reversing different chronic diseases. And that really resonated with my passion for using food as a medicine, using food to treat disease rather than other options. Being able to work with Dr. Ajmandi in my graduate training has been both a pleasure and a blessing to learn from someone who is internationally recognized for their achievements in this area. So, my major professor, Dr. Arjmandi, has really been the most instrumental in my success at FSU. His approach to training students is just to have us dive right into all aspects of research as soon as possible, which has been an amazing way to learn just by doing. That's really the best way to learn. And he works so hard to promote all of the students in his lab, in the classroom, in publications, and in making tons of connections outside of FSU, like at conferences, etc. I'm also very fortunate to have amazing lab mates that have also had a big influence on my success at FSU. Having really great lab mates and working as a team on the many research projects that we're involved in has taught me very valuable lessons in teamwork as well. So, my long term goal ever since I was an undergraduate student was to eventually become a professor. Now, aside from the obvious requirement of having a graduate degree to teach at the college level, my graduate coursework, lab work, and lessons learned in teamwork, and also lessons learned from my advisor and other faculty within my department have all really shaped me into what I hope to be an outstanding professor in nutrition sciences. What have I enjoyed most about FSU? Well, FSU is such a large school, and that's a huge advantage because there really is something for everyone here, no matter your age or degree level. One thing that I definitely enjoyed most is the camaraderie among graduate students, both within my department and between disciplines across the university. It's definitely one of the most notable characteristics of this university that has been quite instrumental in my success here. Everywhere you go, both on campus and off campus, fellow Seminoles are a friendly face and also just a great and willing resource for whatever you may need. I think my biggest piece of advice to anyone thinking about pursuing a graduate degree would be to visit as many programs as possible and get to know what faculty advisor you want to work with, no matter what school you are looking at. Get a background on that advisor's research and think about how what they do and what they study aligns with what you see in your future. Your graduate studies will ultimately shape, at least in one way or another, the course of your entire career. So do your research on what a program offers because, in the end, that is what truly matters the most in your graduate education.